Welcome, Twitch, YouTube, and wherever else you might be watching this. Welcome to Bespoke League Primetime. It's an annual little show that we do to recap the happenings in the Bespoke Football League. Lots happened in the last week and a half. We've had some holidays, we've had some playoffs, we've had some drafts, and we have all 5 teams, all 5 leagues in our regular season as of right now. So we're going to have a little bit of an abbreviated prime time for today. Got a couple of announcements. I got some BFL Power Rankings and technical difficulties amass with the top 10. We will have a big top 10 next week. I have to figure out something new because what I'm doing right now is not working. Things just aren't loading and playing properly, and I don't want to suffer through that. I want that to be a fun segment, not a technical difficulty segment. So let's start. Announcements. All drafts are done. Last night we had the PC draft, and they moved into week 1 of their season. This afternoon, we are officially out of draft season, and we are now in the beginning part of all the seasons. We're between weeks 1 and 8 in the different leagues, and I'm looking forward to them continuing to go. So now we're going to get into the cadence of a lot of Monday Fridays. So let's get that routine going again, and I can't wait to watch you play a whole lot of football games. Also, there's rulebook updates. I took some of the things that we've been talking about, some of the things that I've been thinking about, and have put them into the rulebook. I suggest everyone to go read it, go look at it. I posted a Cliff Notes version in the Discord, but I really want y'all to open it up and read it. It clarifies trading, it clarifies some gameplay things, it clarifies the new slider changes to injury and to fatigue into cooldown plays. So please just go read it. So let's get into power rankings. We're into season 2. First of all, let's just pop up the PlayStation 4. It, along with the Xbox Series 1, the Xbox One. Come on, Microsoft. Get better naming conventions. Are off and running. And so we now have enough data to have some daddy leagues rankings. We will bring the coaches poll back for all 5 leagues next week. So be looking on Friday for the threads in Discord that will have the link for y'all to vote. So here's what the PlayStation 4 says. PlayStation 4 says Cody Valls 4-0, Zombie 4-0, Markikins 4-0, Expert 4-0. You can not argue with not losing. Mize's only loss is to me. TFR has not lost a game. Pleaded and Cody Valls' losses are both to Markikins. So if I was doing the power rankings and not daddy leagues, I think maybe I'd have Markikins a little bit higher on the list because he has beaten 2 top 8 teams. Now, Xbox One. We've gotten 6 weeks in here, and then some people have already gotten their 7th game in 7th week already by the time I did this. And we got Big Country 5-1, new to the league. He is number 1 in the power rankings. Notice that there's only 1 undefeated left on the list here. Steak and Legs is number 2 at 5-1. Pleated Pants 5-1 after the big loss to Saudi this last week. Oh, and so now what we hear is that our kid is also now defeated. He's 5-1 to Steak's 6-1. This is what I thought was going to happen in these leagues where we all are playing division winners. You know, there's a handful of us that are playing division winners. That's 42-15 is more than just an animation. We got Sammy at number 5. We got Turkey at number 6. Justin Rose at number 7, and Clutch 4 and 2. Now we're going into the middle half of the season. There's going to be a ton of user games, and it'll be interesting to see who can stay up on the list. You beat Justin? Oh yeah, see, I thought I looked at that today, that you beat Cody. So I looked it up. Maybe I'm obviously wrong. I can't keep the team straight. All right, so what we're going to do now, since we haven't done this before, is we are going to do the opening power rankings for the PS5. And let me get my notes up over here.
Hey, somebody get some pants on that kid.
Hey, okay, Johnny, thank you for the follow. I hope you're having a great night. We're going through our Bespoke League Primetime right now, a little weekly show that we do. We're starting off in the PS5 right now. We're in the very first weeks, so there's really not that much data from a Daddy League's perspective, but the commissioner's office likes to get involved this one time at the beginning of the year and just go over where we think that the teams are in the different leagues. So in the PlayStation 5, I end up putting the newbies, Mike and Justin, both tied for 13th, because we got to see how they play with these new teams. For Justin, he has 4 dev trait rookies, including 2 offensive linemen in there. I think that he has a great first draft. I think that he's going to have a solid team, and I expect him to climb up the power rankings, just like I expect Mike 8, your KFC, to move up the power rankings. He's playing the first time ever against his friend Gobias in any Madden league. They were talking about, battling to the death. So I called their game that they're doing this week a casket match. And so, this is like Kane and Undertaker going after each other. These are friends. These are Twitch brothers. That will be a fun game. Mike's draft, he has a free safety Hartwell and a right end Beasley that look like that they're going to be really, really, really good. And so, even though that he's their 13th respectively, I expect a lot out of both of them. Number 12 is Panda. He's having all kinds of internet issues. His team's also only a 69. Team looks better than it did last year. He has a new halfback, a new wide receiver, and a new right guard that should get immediate playing time. So his offense should be a little bit better, and he has to work his way up from the bottom. Along with Rakdos. We have Rakdos in at number 11. And, his draft, he got some depth. He got some dev traits, but they're mostly lower. He didn't get any impactful player to put on his starting roster right away. I feel like he just has more depth. And with the way that this draft went, you needed a little bit more than that. Number 10 is the casket match compadre. It is Gobias. Larry Newman, middle linebacker, is probably the best player in the draft. He's already rated overall. Gobias has always had offense. Gobias has never had defense. Larry Newman is the potential for Gobias to have defense. And I'll tell you what, if he does, watch out. Number 9, me. Why am I number 9? Well, you know what? My draft was also just pedestrian. I had a bunch of solid picks, but no real stands out. And like, I don't know. Like, we'll see. Jalen Hurts, no real offensive strategy. All the draft players were defensive. They're going to get some playing time, but I don't know if there's a showstopper in there. Nick Z is number 8. Nick Z has the most interesting draft. He got a 97 speed wide receiver. He got a couple new defensive line. His team definitely got better. His problem is that his play is erratic like mine. He goes and he plays a great game one game and then he loses the next. And so both me and him need to find some consistency with our teams. Breezes is number 7. He got another burner of a wide receiver named Barrow. He's going to be an instant weapon. Breezes' team was already good. Adding a couple threats like that will only make his team better. Number 6, we got Tim. You know, the thing is I don't know how to pronounce his username. So we're just going to call him Tim because that's his first name. He has a good team. And he got speed in the draft. He got a really speedy running back, like 93 speed, and a 93 wide receiver. That's what he was missing last year. That's what he wanted. He wanted like a Jalen Waddle type wide receiver. I think he might have it. And as a result, I think that he is going to win the division over me this year. Ace with the Raiders is at number 5. He had a good draft, also lacking a superstar. The thing is, will any of them develop to get immediate help? Ace already had a good team, 84 overall, obviously, and he was playing really good going into the end of the year. Will he continue? Oh, you are the Eagles in this one, aren't you? Because I had it listed wrong on the sheet, and I'm an idiot. Markykins is number 4. He didn't get a single hidden dev trait, but he got some solid role players. But he really didn't need much more than that. He had a good team already. JTAR, most improved player from the beginning of the year to right now. And with his new quarterback, Campbell, and his stud running back, Bride, I think they're going to make immediate impact, and JTAR is a force to be reckoned with in the AFC. Kilbride is number 2. He was the Super Bowl runner-up. He still has Tom Brady. He couldn't get one of those stud quarterbacks. But he did get Cunningham, a middle linebacker that looks to be a game changer. And if Kilbride can keep getting better defense and maybe start getting some usering with that new middle linebacker, he could be a game changer. And then, you know what? On paper, he has the best team. He won the Super Bowl. Like, he had a bunch of solid picks. He didn't really need him. He already has a great team and he's a great player. Cody Valls is number 1 going into this next year. Sorry, Cody, for covering you up here. So let's see what Daddy League says. After only a couple games, one game to be, in fact, you can't really take too much from this, but JTAR, Banks, just a minute. This isn't the PS. You know what? I don't know. That's not right. So we're just not even going to worry about it. And I apologize. Yeah, you're right. No, I just try to do I don't have enough time to do everything, Mike. All right. So, same thing, Power Rankings, Xbox Series X. I know I got these right. Number 15, Saudi, mostly because that's a brand new team, and he did get a hidden dev trait. And Lewis as a strong safety looks good. I could see a couple other players that could get some playing time. Saudi, along with someone I'm going to be talking about here in a bit, are both looking to make huge leaps this year. Next, Corey Compton. This really has to do with two things. One, his team ranking overall is still only a 79. He missed the draft, and so he didn't get great draft picks. He got a couple that were okay. He got a hidden dev trait right tackle, which is good because he's already a running team, and so that should make him more of a running team. Number 13, Lenny. This is when I say that another person that's going to make a big move this year. Watch out for Lenny Fish. He had an amazing draft. He had 3 picks that have dev traits: Curse, a quarterback; Andrews, a middle linebacker; and Frazier, a right guard. I think this is a huge move up, but he has to show me that the stick skills correspond with that new awesome quarterback Curse. So I'm expecting him to move up this year, but show me, buddy. Show me. Person he has in week 2, El Kabong. So, El Kabong really had no picks in the draft. As a result, with no free agency, you don't really see much way to make the team better. He's going to kind of stay stagnant, I think, where everyone else found players. So that's why I had to slot El Kabong at number 12. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I thought I got all of these right. Well, you're a Bears fan. Number 11, might get your KFC. Bacon's already making an immediate impact. I think he got 5 tackles in the first game. He'd had a wonderful free agency with a lot of linemen. He has made his team better. His team looks good, but can he get past the Bills? Next, number 10, Ghost for Buster. Burgess, a wide receiver. Gray, a tight end, leads the team. Do they make an immediate impact? I'm not sure. That's why I didn't have Ghost any higher, because I just don't know if he got any better. Our kid's number 9. Our kid has McAllister as a wide receiver, Morrow as a middle linebacker. They could make immediate impact for his Cowboys. He's proven that he is capable of beating big players. And we're going to see if he can keep doing it. Number 8 is Banks. Great first week in the league. Good team. A nice trade to get Ramsey, an absolute game changer. If I have the defensive line, he has the secondary in this league, and we're going to see if he can move up. Number 7, Justin Rose. His top 4 picks were all on the defensive side of the ball. Is that enough for the Lions to make a push? We'll see. I like defensive drafts, so let's see if he has any game changers. Number 6, Kilbride. One second here. Kilbride, yeah. So he drafted a whole bunch of defense too. He's serious. He is, his team's overall is not the highest. This is one that he's taken over, but I have faith in Kilbride. Number 5 is me. So I think this draft for me was only average. I got no dev traits. A couple guys that could be difference makers, but I don't know if they're really going to make all that much of an impact. I already had a fairly good team, so I think that I kind of stay stagnant, where I think the people ahead of me made their teams better. Kitch is number 4. Now, Kitch had a ton of picks, and a lot of them pretty good picks, a lot of them over 70 overall. He has a new quarterback named Rainman, and he has Rosenthal as a left end. They should be instant difference makers. He has to be one of the favorites to win the AFC. Along with talent. Talent has a fantastic team. He got 2 huge upgrades on the offensive line. He only gets better with those stud offensive linemen. He's already a good player. He's the one to beat in the AFC. So we got 2 NFC people at the end. We got J-Train. J-Train's draft, if I could call it in one word, it's fast. He has a couple fast wide receivers, a fast cornerback, if I remember right. It made a already good team better. We know he's looking for a little bit of, he has a little chip on his shoulder by not having a good playoffs this year. And then our Super Bowl champion, not Justin. He is a Super Bowl champ. He already also had 3 freaking draft picks thanks to the coding of Madden. He has to be the favorite again. Better, the best only got better. This one was by far the hardest to rank. Like, I could basically I think that I could take anyone from 4 to 12 and put them in a random number generator and throwing it out, because I've seen all of them play well over the course of the year. This is a really, really deep league. A really, really deep league. Now, last but not least, let's do the PC opening rankings. T-Man is in number 10. He is a new player, took over the 49ers, already a fairly good team. He drafted a guy named Curry that will see playing time. He had a lack of draft scouting, and he's new to the league, so we put him in number 10. Number 9, Zach. Zach had 2 good picks, but then a real dud of a couple picks. He got a really good quarterback. My probably least favorite of the playable quarterbacks. So we'll see how this Donahue plays. It's going to be his quarterback of the future, and we'll see if he can make him move up the rankings. Number 8, Level Mento. So Mento got a new halfback, which, if no surprise to any of us, Level Mento is a running focused player. That new talent could mean that he could be better in the league this year. Number 7, Pleated Pants. I think I had a pretty damn good draft. Williams at free safety, Fitzsimmons at strong safety, Edwards on offensive line, and McAllister at middle linebacker. They will all see immediate playing time. But the thing is that, like, can I figure out how to play with Tom Brady? Like, I think that everyone else that's ahead of me has better, more cohesive offensive strategy. And as a result, like, I place myself at 7. Our kid, number 6. His draft was filled with offensive firepower, scrambling quarterback Cook, a right tackle, and a running back named Durham. They look all to make an immediate impact, and for that reason, our kid is number 6. Number 5, Saudi. He had an amazing draft. He got an offensive lineman that plays at center that's 77 overall already. He had a really fast, good, tall wide receiver, Watson. And then he got a guy named Davenport at left outside linebacker that looks like he could be a lot of trouble off the edge. Number 4, Dunwin. This was a really good draft. Really, really good draft. Well, you know, he had 3 picks in the first round. So he has Burks at strong safety, best strong safety in the draft. He has Smith at right end. He has Roth at left outside linebacker and Crawford at free safety. All have dev traits and all are above 74 overall to start the year. Number three. I just want to keep forgetting him. Justin Rose and the Saints. Whitaker is the best running back in the draft, 93 speed. He got a bunch of depth on defense. You know what, Justin? You get third because of that and the 86 overall that that the computer gives you. The combination has to make you someone to be scared to play. Lextron is number 2. He had a quiet draft, but he did get 5 players with over 91 speed. They won't be quiet on the field, that's for sure. And what we're going to see is if that new speed infusion can take Lextron to the next step, which is winning the Super Bowl, which is where we have Super Bowl champion Kilbride. He has a cornerback called Royals, a middle linebacker named Pippin. They should start immediately. Whenever the Super Bowl champion gets 2 immediate starters in Madden, watch out for Kilbride. That is it for today. Like I said, I had some technical difficulties with the clips, so I apologize for not having them this week. We'll work on getting a lot of them next week. I got to figure out a new way to present them, and I need to do some research. And I just, as you've seen with the errors that were already in the presentation, that I was doing this kind of under the gun. But here's what I can tell you. I'm really excited about this season 2. I know that I am super pumped to play with all of my new players, and I've heard a lot of you have the exact same idea. Now, remember people were questioning why we didn't use an already existing draft class? Well, this is why. Because when Arcade gets to talk about Cooks, I get to talk about Sharp. Justin gets to talk about Whitaker. And that, I think, is the most fun part of the Bespoke Football League. Banks, yeah, if you go into the Discord, there is a channel that is called TaylorMade Top 10. Inside of there, if you go to the pinned messages, there is a Google form. That Google form it gives you the form to submit highlights. Cheers, Orchid. All right, let's play a football game. Let's play the Cardinals. Mostly because I already have